Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Make some noise!
What's cracking, dog? What it do? This is R2 Radio. R2 Radio? With the homeboy Roro and your homegirl Risa. Check it out.
What's up, everybody? I'm Roro, an artist and producer, and I'm here with
singer-songwriter Risa.
And we are R2 Radio. And today we're at Billboard Live Tokyo to interview Kirk Franklin, who's an artist, producer, songwriter. He does many things, and so thank you. Welcome back to Japan.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. How are you? Nice meeting you.
So I know we probably get this question all the time, but what inspired you to get into music?
What inspired me to get into music is I think that, my love for Jesus Christ always came through the music. It was something that pulled me when I was a young buck, when I was a kid. And it's something that was always the catalyst to my faith. And so I was drawn by that, but then I had to learn also how to put the same energy in my faith as well as I continue to grow, because it's like the music was the door, but then my choices in life became the journey. And so that's what made me really start pursuing music. It was a passion, it was a love, it was something that really came. It came natural, but I never thought I would have a career.
Oh, really?
Like I never thought that I'd ever be good enough to have a career. Like I didn't really think about what next. Like life was so tragic coming up as a kid. It was so much drama as a kid that I really didn't think about having a career in anything. I didn't think about what I wanted to do in life because it was always problem after problem in my life. And so that really didn't let me think about anything else aside of the problems. So
I see. And then here you are now after.
Yeah, I am in Tokyo, Japan for the fifth time.
For the fifth time. Oh wow! Yeah. I know traditional gospel music. I used to always go to my church with my grandma and hear it. But
Where?
In Florida.
In Florida.
And so my family, different types of religions. So this one. And so when I heard your song "Stump" for the first time, I'm like, man, is this gospel, man? It made me want to dance. It was cool to me as a kid, to play that, And so what made you want to go that route with gospel music and do something that wasn't so traditional,
There was no plan. There was really no plan. I had no idea that, the Stump remix would do what it would do, because I, was just very focused on just trying to do music. I think a lot of what I got pulled to was because I was young myself. And I was raised on hip hop music. And so the music that I was raised on and the music that I enjoyed and then the God that I served, they all kind of had like a car wreck. They all kind of just
came together.
Yeah, just within the intersection of my life, and it just kind of told its own story.
I see. In your music, you're always like uplifting and inspiring. But what uplifts and inspires you to put out that type of music?
Oh man, I just think just meeting people that are inspired and even just my own life journey, because life can be a journey that takes you so many different places, that takes you on so many different paths in life. And so when you start going down those different paths in life, you find yourself just a little bit of anywhere and everywhere. And so that's what kind of happened to me.
I see you've collaborated with like Mary J, Kanye West, Whitney, so many people that you've collaborated with. Do you have any memorable stories collaborating and working with any artists over the year?
Is that every moment has its own memory. And I'm just very grateful to have memories and to be able to be a part of whatever it is that I can do to really impact people. So I'm just very honored and very humble to do that. Yeah.
I see. You have a big band, with choirs and all that, but what is your process, writing music?
The process of writing music really just starts with me. And just it starts with me and God, just me and him chopping it up, and me just asking him if he's got music I can borrow, and so he just really begins to inspire me with whether it's a melody or it's a lyric. I can be at a stoplight, I can be in bed in the middle of the night, I can be on a plane, I can be on a corner, I can be at the grocery store, and there's just a line or lyric or melody that'll come, and I'll try to get my phone and try to put it on my phone real quick, and that's kind of been my process, and that's been a process for me my entire life, and so I'm just very grateful that he's still kind enough to speak to me and let me borrow music.
I see. Well, after winning so many awards, inspiring millions of people around the world, what keeps you going?
Oh man, my love for God is very real. It's very genuine for me. My faith is something that is very much in my DNA, and it's something that I take a lot of pride in. It's something that I'm very passionate about. I'm not perfect, and I'm flawed, and I like to write about that. I like to write about that I'm not perfect. I like to write that I'm flawed. I like to write that I've made mistakes because it's therapeutic, it's healing. And I think that it speaks to a lot of people who feel like that they'll never be good enough, or that some people that let religious people judge them and criticize them, that it's an opportunity for them to see that they're not the only one in the room, is that there are other flawed people in the room with them, and they were all trying to get to the same hospital.
I see.
Right?
I see. So what does gospel music mean to you?
Oh man, gospel music is the good news of Jesus Christ. That's what it is. And it's not a particular sound, it can be over 808s and trap pads. It can be over Yo-Yo Ma playing the cello. It can be over a nice classical piano. It can be over an a cappella choir. That it doesn't matter, that as long as that message is in the forefront and if it's what is leading the narrative.
I see. Okay. Your career, it's been a huge success, but did you have any hardships, when you first started doing music? Maybe people didn't accept your type of way of doing it, or maybe you had too much 808s in the drum or something like that?
As I've always had my challenges coming up, whether I was too hyper or, dancing in church and got kicked out of some churches, or just, being homeless, being hungry, being broke, and never really thinking that anybody would ever hear my music. And so, I have all those stories. All of those stories are very, very intricate in the journey that I've been on.
I see. With religion, there are so many religions out there, and I feel like a lot of millennials, they are becoming atheists. I see it online and everywhere. What advice could you give to a young person that about God or finding God?
That's good. Is that everybody has a God. Wow. That everybody has a God, whether it's something you smoke, something you drink, something you lay with, everybody has a God. And so the question is that what is your God giving you in return? And some people's God, they have to keep feeding it and because whatever you smoke, you got to keep smoking. Whatever you drink, you got to keep drinking. Whatever physical satisfaction you feel you have to keep going to that. And all those things at times can leave you still empty and are still not having purpose and hope. And I know that religion can leave people very empty. That's why I'm not an advocate for religion. I am one that pushes and promotes the love of Jesus Christ, but because it's the love of an actual individual who lived historically, and there is archaeological and historic evidence for this Jesus that I serve that goes past just ideology and dogma, but there is a historical truth to support the God that I believe in. And so I would encourage young people to just follow the truth, and the truth will lead you to the path that the earth cannot just be just a series of a billion coincidences. It just happened to find luck in creating humans after billions of years of metaphysical slime that transformed into human beings. There are too many scientists that would say that the chances of the intricacies of the universe and mankind, with it just being just one cosmic explosion, it's too many details to your life. It's too many details to the planet Earth and how life can be sustained on planet Earth. Just if the planet Earth fell just a half millicentimeter off of its axis, the whole Earth would go into a global flood. That's too much of a supernatural phenomenon for it to just continue to be that way for billions of years. That had to be on purpose to be able to sustain life, to be able to be created so that mankind would be able to live and love and exist and coexist. Just because we say that out of this cosmic slop or cosmic goo, reptiles turn into human beings that live, love, and breathe and think. And science does a good job of trying to explain how, but it can't explain why. And there are too many whys to the human life for you to just leave it up to theories. Then you gotta know for a fact that you're here on purpose and that there is a call on your life and that you matter. Because if I'm an accident, then that leads me to not really see the value in my life. But if I'm created on purpose, then it gives me purpose. And I think millennials need to know that there's a purpose behind their life. And so if there's just a cosmic explosion or this luck that happened for over billions and billions of years, then who's to say that there is a right or wrong to my life? You know, what is right to you may not be right to me. And so we living with all these different theories of what right is. And so we keep having these car wrecks, you know. Either we believe that the green light means go and that the red light means stop. But if you say, well, you know what, red doesn't mean stop, it means that we're going to keep having car wrecks. And that's what's happening all over the globe, is that these human car wrecks happening. There are uprisings and wars that are happening, a lot of them in the name of religion. And so that's why I'm not one to promote religion, but I do believe that if there's a watch, there had to be a watchmaker.
That's deep. Well, I know you got to get on stage and so.
For sure. Yeah, but I could talk about that all day. like that's my stuff right there.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, homie.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you, man.